That's a dad's dream. That's a dad's dream. I'm going to give you a dream I have. When you start passing me up in communicating the gospel and doing that, yeah, I did my job right. I did my job right. Now, I got a couple of announcements. I don't know when you're going to go turn that on. Apparently, we've got...
It's on back there, but there's no video back there, so I'm going to have to do it.
Happens. It's probably because of my topic today. So, but I have a couple of announcements. I'm just going to read this. I encourage you to go out north of town, past Napa. Past Napa, turn around, come back, and look to your right. Look at the billboards. That's what this is pertaining to. I first saw the billboard on February the 12th, 2026. The billboard has a Satanic Temple Church on it, along with a pentagram and a goat symbol. I was dumbfounded to see this in our town. I was called to do a little research and see what it would take to see about getting the sign down. I made a few phone calls and put together information and a plan to put up a sign in its place with a Christian theme on it. If the local church would pull together, we can have the sign for a full year speaking for God's kingdom. I did call the billboard company and speak with them. The sign went up on January the 21st, 2026, and is available February the 20th, 2026. So they only rented it for a month. Actually, yeah, about a month. They may or may not take down the signage if another sign is put up. In other words, if nobody rents the sign, they're just going to leave it. I asked for a discount if paid by a year in advance, with comments that this was for local churches. They gave her approximately $339 discount. I have included a price breakdown with the number of churches needed to help with the cost of the sign for a year. Please let me know if your church is willing to participate by March 3rd, 2026. Thanks. Margaret A. Baldwin gives her phone number. Margaret goes to Oakville Baptist Church. And if one church, the billboard for one church, if one church footed the whole bill, the billboard is $4,160 for a year, with $200 for the sign, which would be $4,360 for the year for one church. If 19 churches do it, it costs $229.47 for the year. So I told her that our church would participate. I didn't say I don't know how much yet, but I told her, I said, if nobody in the church else wants to do it, we're still going to participate if I have to take it out of my own pocket. So I've already made I told the brothers what I would do personally, because I want to see it up. But I want to give you an opportunity. Do you want the church to participate? Do you want to participate in it individually?
We plan to have an open Bible, and then it says, the churches of Live Oak County are praying for you.
Yes, sir. I do. Yes.
So
I say, well, George and I talked, and Arthur and the church is willing to do our part on there.
yeah, but if you want to give extra for you, I mean, you want to say, I want to do this much, then so indicate it on your giving, and then it'll be put there. So, huh?
I want to say something about it.
Go ahead.
If the churches go together like we're going, like we're putting into it, and there's how many churches
Well,
in the community?
I don't know how many, she just put 19 on here. I don't know how many churches are in the community.
If 10 of them do what we're doing,
Yeah,
then there's gonna be money left over. Put up another sign elsewhere in the county.
yeah,
You know, multiple
if we can, or use that money to change the sign. Well, change the deal. You could change it, you can change the sign every month or leave it up there for 3 months, then change the sign. But you have that's what happened. This same group that put up the sign out there, they had one in town, right there at the bridge. Well, one of the former board members of the school district said, why don't we just rent it for a year and advertise the school? So that's what the school did. And I think it's brilliant. I really do. Because if the world's going to do stuff like that, why not? You know, it always seems the church is always on the.
I don't think everyone's as bold as the church, because, like, the Lord's word says, be wise as serpents, but gentle as doves. Go and if she gives us the tools and the resources, go and spread the gospel that way,
Well,
you know?
we're going to get real quick into my sermon, into what, well, the Lord kind of shifted my gears this morning with things that happened.
With
So,
multiple signs in the community,
right,
it'll be read more often.
right.
One sign is, you know, a few coming in is gonna read that one, but
Yeah, you could put one,
coming in.
you know, I can think of 4 places right now. One on this side of Three Rivers, one on that side of Three Rivers, one on this side of Three Rivers, one on this side of George West, and George West has 3 highways coming into it, so you could put 4 around George West.
The Catholic Church, if you'll notice, coming into town past churches, they have a sign there.
Yeah,
Catholic Church has one up that says, local church, pray for us.
yeah, it's a lot bigger than this one out here. It's a big one. The Catholic Church has a big one. So why not? And if we do it across the board, and but you realize if you advertise you're going to pray for people, be praying for people.
Pray for people.
So we have, someone asked me if you thought this was local. I said it might be, because when the first one came up is when the superintendent of schools in Three Rivers was Mrs. Springer. She's passed away. Actually, she passed while she was in office. She approached the school board about reinstituting, it was on the books, but nobody did it, corporal punishment in the lower grades. Well, it went all over the United States, from what I understand. Well, social media. And then the sign showed up. But it's still on the books. I don't know if they're actually practicing it in Three Rivers. I don't know if Mr. Dragon, as the superintendent, but I think it's at the discretion of the principals, I think, is the way it's set up. And it's just in the little kids. Sometimes I think the big kids need it more than the little kids. But I know when I was in high school, I needed it. And there's something about the exterior part of our body. There's a reset button, but nobody knows exactly where it is. But if you apply enough pressure to it, it'll reset the attitude.
Yeah.
I don't care what your attitude is, it'll reset that attitude if you apply enough pressure to it. So anyway, I'll get to preaching on that if I'm not careful. But so there could be a local group. There's rumor that there's some local groups or people coming in to our county that are of that persuasion. So because those that were in leadership over us allowed the open border, they threw the door open for the devil to run rampant. And he's running rampant all over the world, but we have to understand that we have delegated authority to enforce heaven. Now, I'll start this message this morning. Go to Matthew chapter number 6. Now,
Repeat it in a minute.
repeat what in a minute? Matthew chapter 6? Huh? Is that what you're saying? Okay. I'm really laid back this morning, so I'm just going to I don't know if you're going to be able to do that from there. Anyway, I'll try. Tell me when you want me to start. As long as you get the audio, don't worry about too much about the video, but just get the audio. I want to record the audio. We can always put the audio out, just audio. But we're going to start in Matthew chapter 6.
You want me to try to hear it then? You want to try it? In Jesus' name, we come against any backlash from retaliation right now, anything that's hindering the message and the word of the Lord right now, we rebuke it and we declare God, your glory to come in. We declare the atmosphere to align with the kingdom of heaven right now in the name of Jesus. Your word, it is written that kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we bring it down to your word and community. Sorry.
No,
When things
no.
get like that, I'm like,
You ready, Lynn? Well, then somebody just put record on